Good morning, guys and gals. This is your host, Joe, Life with Josef. I'm going to add to a 4th of July story time that I made, and I didn't quite finish the story. And my brother Charlie pointed this out a couple years ago, and I posted it in the first place. And I thought, well, since today is the 4th of July of 2024, I'll go ahead and I'll add to the end of the clip. So here's the beginning of the clip. You'll see the old clip, and then you'll see me at the end finishing the story. It's the 3rd of July. It's the Friday, and I got a little clip here about how we celebrated the 4th of July one year. I begged Brett for a month. We all just begged him and nagged him and rode his ass to bring the cannon in on the 4th of July. And sure as hell, by God, he did. So we're still running pre-run, or it's right before we start a pre-run, or somewhere in there. It's still light out, and Brett brings out the cannon, and it's right down off our dock, our main dock. So there's 3 parts of our production at night, really. There's the press room that manufactures the paper. There's the mail room, not the USPS mail room, but the mail room in the newspaper business is where the papers come off the clips, off the press, and are stacked, counted, and bundled, and then sent out the chute to me, where it's my responsibility to make sure that the right product and the right amount goes in the right truck with the right driver who's sober and knows what he's doing. Anyway, Brett brings out the cannon, and I have a pretty good working relationship with Vince at the time, who was the mailroom supervisor. Now, I am not a supervisor. I am a teamster. I'm the foreman. But in practicality, I'm these guys' peers, even though pay-wise, I was certainly not their peer. Anyway, I call Vince out, I call Vince on our two-way radio, internal radio, and say, Vince, I need to see you on my dock. I think you need to see this. So Vince walks out, and he sees the cannon, and I just look at Vince and say, you don't see this, but you've got to see this. So I let him off the hook, like, I'm not going to hold him like, Vince said we could do it, or Vince knew, or anything. I'm not going to hang Vince out to dry like that. Anyway, we're on the dock. You see Brett light the cannon. It is incredibly louder than you ever hear it on the film. The building shook. The entire plant shook. And my peers in the mailroom told me that it shook so bad in the mailroom that dust and shit rained down on them from the, dust that settles in the building. So about 10 minutes after, and we had already got Brett's cannon put back in Brett's Land Rover, and it's not one of these new Land Rovers that these hoity-toities drive. It was like a 1963 or 64 Land Rover. Well, Land Rover was really a four-wheel drive like they're supposed to be. So anyway, here's how we celebrated the 4th of July one year. It was just incredible. So here you go. Happy Independence Day.
It's getting the fucking nose at 252.
Here we go. Just Brett's cannon.
Just about all knowledge.
Holy shit! Oh, that some bitch is loud! What I forgot to add was we got Brett's cannon back in the Land Rover. About 10 minutes after all this, the on-site security guy comes out. And he starts asking questions, and we're all playing stupid. And he starts to get indignant like he has some type of authority over me or over any of us. And I looked at him and I said, you see everything out here? I said, this is my tarmac. I'm in charge. So I don't know who you are. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know why you're out here trying to interrogate us like you're the police. I said, and I put it down to his shoes and said, where are your safety shoes? Where are your safety shoes? You cannot be on my dock without safety shoes or a written waiver from your doctor accepted by the company. And he started to get indignant. And I said, my name? And I gave it to him. And I spelled my last name. And I said, make sure you spell it right. Well, you know what happens. The next day, Phil calls me in. And I basically said, look, nobody questions me on my dock, on my tarmac. I'm either in charge or I'm not. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. But I said, I'll tell you what, if he comes out again, I'll call his boss. Oh no, we don't want you doing that. Well, like, no shit. So that's the rest of the story that I forgot, that the security guy came out and nobody said a word. What explosion? Hell, we don't know what you're talking about. And besides, how the hell is it taking the guy 10 minutes? If he really heard an explosion, you'd think he'd be running out to see what the hell happened. So anyway, that's the 4th of July story. Add a little bit more to it. This is your host, Joe, Life with Josef. Today is the July 4th of 2024. Happy Independence Day, though I really feel that our true independence, well, never mind. I think it's the ratification of the Constitution, which really made our nation as it is. But, we'll go with the 4th of July. What the hell? This is Joe, Life with Josef, Storytime. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you, and we'll see you for the next one.